I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Good morning, kitty cat. Welcome to Coffee Convos podcast. How are you?
Good morning. Do you have hair extensions in?
I do.
Oh,
we
they
like
look
them?
fantastic. Yeah, they look great.
You know that this is the first time ever I've been on like a vitamin journey, just like in general in life, just taking like all these supplements. I went from taking no supplements to like everything. And my hair was so healthy that I only had to put one row of extensions in.
Oh, I love that. I am taking a probiotic at the moment.
Okay.
Nutrafol, and then I'm working on getting some sort of vitamin situated, like a regimen for myself. The problem is that if I don't have them at my desk or next to my bed, like my nightstand, where I can see them, I can't put them in a drawer. I have to have them out, but I also hate the way clutter looks. That's where I'm struggling. I'm trying to find like a good vitamin regimen because I am anemic and whatever, but that's the goal, is to get on a good vitamin regimen.
You know what really started me on that is that David takes so many vitamins. I felt like I was not doing enough for myself. I kind of felt FOMO. So many vitamins a day that he has a tackle box of vitamins that he carries around everywhere.
I kind of love that though.
I'm like, why do you have a tackle box? Like, this is very alarming. Like, do you have health issues?
I heard that vitamins are all a scam though. Also,
I don't believe that.
I don't care if they are. If it makes me feel better, I'm doing it.
I mean, I'm not big on like the gummy vitamins. The only gummy vitamin that I take is before bedtime, and it's, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right, so please, like, don't come for me. Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Is that how you say it?
I think so. I've heard good things about lion's mane, but I don't know if they're a scam or not. I don't care. If it's a placebo effect, I'll do it.
Oh my God.
I wanted to talk to you about this parents article about parents decided to take one kid on vacation and leave their other kid home. And before I read the article, I just want to say that I've done this, and for various reasons. I have taken some of my kids on vacation depending on what the relationship is with the dad. Like if the dad doesn't want to give up time or they have something going on. Elliot didn't want to go to Disney. He didn't want to miss school for Disney. So I brought my nephew instead. Like there are reasons why people do this, but this one in particular, it's on parents.com. And it said parents with multiple kids will likely have asked themselves this question one too many times. How do I give each child quality one-on-one time? It can sometimes feel impossible, which I can agree with. Different stages, behaviors, and abilities may mean one kid requires more than others. And I also agree with that. Being that it's summertime, we do have a trip coming up. And though I thought I selected this week as one of my weeks, I don't think Lux and Creed can go. And so unfortunately, I'll just be bringing Elliot to go on. This family in the UK said that they had taken their first on a trip to Italy when he was a baby, and they wanted to give their second a similar experience. And so they did the same with their second. And I don't see anything wrong with this so long as it's under, like, it's for the right reasons, right? Like you're not taking your kid because you simply just don't want them to go. It's because you're trying to create one-on-one time or more. Like if I have 2 kids versus 5, or if I have 2 kids versus 7, I'm going to spend more quality time with the 2 of them than I am if I'm dividing it between 7. Does that make sense?
But also you have to look at the financials of dividing it between 7 too. And so you have to look at the pros and cons of taking 7 kids somewhere where, let's say, maybe only 3 want to go, but because you're not dividing those kids out, you're going to have to split the finances between 7. 3 of them wanted to go. The others didn't want to go. So I also think the experience would be changed too.
Well, so I'm thinking about Disney, for example, right? Elliot said that if he had to choose between another trip where he had to miss school and Disney and miss school, he didn't want to miss school for Disney. If it was somewhere else, he would have. So he didn't come. Lincoln wanted to go. Lux and Creed wanted to go. I was not going to pay for Rio Verse and Bali when they were 1 and 2 at the time to go to Disney. And now I'm paying for them to go to Disney and then also splitting my undivided attention to the older kids with babies and hindering the older kids' experience with the younger kids. And I understand that that's not possible for everyone to do. But I'm saying that to say, I do think that there is a world where both can be true. Like you can give your kids undivided attention and then also not take all of them on vacation.
But it also is not the same trip for parents who have kids that are like spread out in ages. If we're using Disney as an example, I feel like the park that you would be visiting for the littles is very different than the experience of the parks that the older kids would want to experience. So then how do you divide that also? To me, it's better to take 2 trips, do one with the littles and then one with the bigs.
That's what I literally, when we took the older kids to Disney, last year, I told Elijah that I didn't want to go back to Disney until the twins were like 5, and then I would take the littles to Disney for their own trip, because I would imagine, obviously, if the older kids want to come, great, but if they don't want to come, it can be just for the littles.
So it says in this article, it says that according to commenters, they were bashing the parents for the decision. It says, what a horrible idea. I can't imagine anything worse. Memories are to be made as a family. Another person says, I would never take one without the other. Somebody else says, after having kids, I totally understand and give the same respect to all children. I think that this is pretty thoughtful. So I personally think that you just have to do whatever is best for your family. I don't think there is really necessarily a right or wrong answer, but in this specific situation, it says the realities of having a toddler, including constantly needing to chase after them, takes away the attention from the baby. Plus, the trip allowed the dad to bond more with the infant, who has been more attached to mom because of the nursing schedule. I do understand that like things, should be done as a family. And I think there's a place for that to happen outside of trips also. I don't think that that should be the determining factor of if we're taking this child and this child.
And there's a time where I want to take all of my kids on a vacation. But right now, with the babies being 2 and 1, for what?
Well, I can tell you, blended family situation over here, Jackson loves to go to Braves games. The other, not so much. So he wants to go to a Braves game this week, and she likes to do arts and crafts. So it's like, okay, I'll take you to Buff City Soaps and we can make like bath bombs and do all that stuff. And they can go to the Braves game. And I feel like everybody's served at the same time, but doing something different.
Yeah, agreed. I like that idea.
Okay. So as we're speaking about kids, I need to know your thoughts on this. I saw it and I was like, I have to talk to Kail about it. It was a TikTok about sleep training under 1, and it said it's harmful. So I'm just going to give you a summary of the TikTok, but we will post it for you guys to be able to get all the context. The TikTok was saying when they cry, they need you and they're scared and they're in distress. If you don't go get them at all, you're teaching them that this world is an unsafe place and you are an untrustworthy attachment figure for them. They carry that into their life, their relationships, and feel lonely and alone. It's a great way to give a child the foundation for mental illness. Boys are more neurologically fragile than girls, so sleep teaching can be hard. And I know that you've told me a lot of times you have multiple kids that still get in your bed. Would love to know if you sleep trained, if you did the very I would say like viral idea of mommy on call or whatever it's called. Did you do that? And did you let your kids cry it out?
I am not a fan of the cry it out method at all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love it. It stresses me out. It stresses the kids out. The only child that I had sleep training with was Biggie. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, that I call Creed Biggie. He, to this day, is not a great sleeper, but I use Rest is Best for anyone who's looking for a sleep trainer. It wasn't a cry it out method. It was just like soothing them in their own room and rubbing their back instead of like picking them up, pulling them out of their environment, taking them downstairs, going to the living room, taking them to it's like soothing them in their room and not letting them cry it out. So it's a different sort of method for sleep training. I think what this is referring to is like the cry it out sleep training. That's never worked for me. And I'll tell you what, Lincoln Marshall Marroquin never slept in a crib a day in his life because he would never sleep without me or Javi. And I don't know, like I agree with this. It's like when they're scared, they just want their mom, and you can't spoil a baby. They're just looking for comfort.
I feel like Jackson and Lincoln are so similar. And I don't know if it's because we were both in marriages when we had those children. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or, you know, a factor that plays into it at all. Very much like Velcro kid, and needed the constant reassurance of me being there.
Yep.
He never went to a crib until he was 2 years old, which is almost like too old for a crib. He slept with us every single night of his life until he was 2 years old.
I actually get sad that some of my, like, Elliot would never sleep with me as a baby, as a toddler. Lincoln did, Lux did, Creed did, and then Rio versus Valley never did. So it's always, like, I get sad because they're only little for so long.
I know. And I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. The only reason that we moved him out of the bed was because I think that at that time was when our marriage started getting a little rocky. And so I think Will was trying to eliminate like all outside factors that could be causing an issue. And with him being in the bed, obviously, you know, what married people do when they go to bed, they fuck. So, you know,
don't have to be married for that.
But, you know, in my situation, that's what I feel like you should be doing. And that just eliminates that entire situation.
No, I agree. Okay, let's talk about Chime because fees are everywhere and they hurt the most when you're down. So that's why Chime offers fee-free banking, which means no monthly fees, no overdraft fees, and no minimum balance fees. You guys can sign up today at chime.com/coffee.
Banking should not cost you money with Chime. There are no monthly fees like Kail was talking about, no overdraft fees, no minimum balance requirements. You guys can open your account in 2 minutes at chime.com/coffee. That's chime.com/coffee. Chime feels like progress.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Spot me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs. Bank ranking and number of ATMs according to U.S. News and World Report 2023. Chime checking account required.
Also, unrelated, I sent you a text about Uno being added to the game tables in the casino. Are you gambling?
Oh my God. You sent me that, and I was in the bed absolutely howling at some of the comments. I want to go to Vegas with you specifically to play Uno.
But what's so funny, the screenshot that is on the screen right now, it literally says liked by Kail Lowry. I would go to Vegas just for Uno. Like I don't want to be there all night. I don't want to be drinking. I want to play Uno and that's it. But people make up their own rules and they become, it's like the Mandela effect where like stacking the draw 2, draw 4, whatever, stacking those, like those are all, I think, made up rules.
So I saw in the comments and never knew this before reading the comments that you could not stack cards. I thought that was just the way that you played. I feel like that's the way I've played since childhood. But apparently you can only use one of those cards at a time.
I only learned about stacking this past year.
And so you stack.
I thought you could, but you also can't do, I think you can't do a draw 4 on top of a draw 4.
Well, it says, AOL did a report on this, and it says Uno will be available in Las Vegas Casino for the first of its kind elevated social experience. It says entry to the event is limited and money will not be at stake. Oh. I feel like this is such an epic way for casinos to get like non-gamblers into the casino, right? Like, yes. Is just a complete like marketing business move to get them there.
No, it's 1,000% it's good marketing though. Like you and I just said we would go to the casino just for that.
1,000%. And the mojitos.
Oh, and I would definitely play and I would eat a lot of snacks and I'd play Uno.
But it does say that this is going to be a short-lived promo.
Why? Maybe they'll see how it does. If it does really well, then they'll keep it going.
It's only supposed to be for a weekend. I do hope that money will be at stake at some point during this because you and I are flying to Vegas to like do this.
Could you imagine we just say we're out, we can't record this week, we're going to Vegas to play Uno?
Could you imagine? Everybody would be so fucking pissed.
No, I think the kitty cats would support it, truly. I think they'd be like, all right, circle back, let us know how it went, and they'd give us a free pass.
It says that this is going to be called Uno Social Clubs, And I kind of want to like knock this off and start doing like little pop-up events around the country of us just like playing Uno and fucking people up by not playing it right.
Remember, do you remember the Uno themed birthday party I did for Lux and Creed? It was,
yes, I do.
Romello is Uno and Lux was draw 4 because that was like the perfect. So, I mean, I'm down for anything Uno themed.
Kristen said kitty gang meetup.
Yeah.
Not a kitty gang meetup. Okay, so there was somebody that says that they need friend advice, and I need to ask you, do you think that you and I are like the type of people that need to be giving friend advice?
No. I shouldn't really give advice at all, ever.
Okay, well, we're about to give friend advice. It says, my best friend of 23 years and another really close friend of ours planned a girls' trip the same month of my 40th. They did not include me on it until after they picked the dates and bought plane tickets. They said that they didn't think that I would be able to financially go because I'm going through divorce. And I told them that they have no place to assume my finances. I am hurt by this and feel left out. I'm a master planner and save money left and right. In fact, I have money that I could go, but feel like I was given a leftover invite. Am I overreacting? They have both been there for me during the separation. So I don't want to discredit that. You know what? I would be pissed the fuck off.
Yeah, this is actually sad because like,
it's giving mean girl.
Yeah, because you don't know what someone's financial situation is, and you could still invite her, and she should have the right to say yes, I can go, or no, I can't.
Okay, does it piss you off if? And I'm saying this for a reason because I've got a story. But does it piss you off if you're like besties with somebody, like it is your best friend, and then that person becomes best friends with someone else? Does that piss you off?
It doesn't piss me off, but it's weird.
It pisses me off.
Like, it makes me like, so you don't want to be my best friend anymore? Would you love me if I was a worm? Like, it just is giving, you can't have two best friends.
No, I do feel like you can have a group of best friends, but...
No, you can. I was just being dramatic.
But like within that group of best friends, like each of those best friend relationships are very different, because if they weren't very different, then you would just have the one best friend.
Well, so Emily and I were just in the car with someone else and we were talking about this, and he was like, males only have one best friend through their entire, like, that is their best friend, even if they don't talk. And me and Emily were like, but like my best friends in my life, like in real time, none of them even live in the same state. So I have different best friends because they're all very different relationships and they all live in different states. Yeah. So, but it, like in Delaware, I only have one best friend. Do you know what I mean? So well, no, if you didn't be best friends with someone else, I'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
You'd be like, who is she? And how do I get her out of this?
Literally, like, are we fighting?
Kristen says definition of hoes in different area codes. Like, literally. 1000%. But I don't get upset. Like if you and Emily are like going to the lake and like y'all went on y'all's like lake trip and then y'all hang out like at your pool, that doesn't fucking bother me.
No.
I'm like, that's
but if I lived in Atlanta, it might bother you.
Yeah, I would be like, why the fuck was I not invited to the cookout?
Exactly. And that's how I feel.
Yeah. But I know someone that became like really good friends with me and then met one of my friends through me.
Uh-huh.
And then they like kind of branched off.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, I don't like y'all anymore collectively.
That's definitely happened to me before. And I was like, wait, what?
You know, I would hate to admit this, but I'm going to right at this moment. I kind of get upset when I feel like I'm not at the pool with y'all. And I feel like I would hang out with y'all. It's just like the distance is so far.
Yeah. Like it's not a day trip. You know what I mean? Like it's not like we could be like making a day out of it.
I can't just like come over in 30 minutes.
Who was I talking to about garage games? Taylor. I got my hair done yesterday.
I never heard of garage games ever again. That would be a day too soon.
Well, I was telling... I hadn't seen Taylor in a long time, and I was telling her about garage games, and I was cracking up. What made me think of that? I don't know, but it was cracking me up. And then I was like, that's Lindsie. Like, I would go to Atlanta to play garage games with you.
Yes.
At Uno in the garage.
Okay, but would it upset you if I was like, okay, if we're going to do like this whole garage games thing, like we need to make a full video of this. Like it needs to go on social. People need to be aware of what this looks like. So everybody from the collective friend groups, right, that like we're associated with gets invited.
Okay, so we're having garage games
Tournament.
Yes.
Like, could we do that?
We should do that. We should go camping with garage games tournaments.
Wait. Somebody, I had commented on something that you and Becky had posted. I think you were like recording in your camper. And I had commented something like, don't y'all get any ideas to fucking park this in my driveway?
No, we're parking it in your driveway.
People were like, please park it in her driveway. Like I wake up and I see a camper in my driveway, immediately not. And you are not connecting to like, don't you have to connect to like a sewer so you can shit?
I think just electric. I don't know. I'm going to be so honest with you. We can't use the camper for anything else because I can't pull the bitch. So.
Wait, do you have a truck?
Yeah, I have a high country Silverado.
Not a Silverado.
I got a high country Silverado.
Wait, what's that song? Is it a Morgan Wallen song?
Yes,
about
ain't that some? Yeah. Ain't that some shit? Yep.
Yeah. We love that you have a Silverado.
Yeah, I don't. I can drive it's diesel, but I don't drive it.
Do you know that my son has saved a total of $4.75 to buy a truck?
I love that. When we were at the lake a couple weeks ago, I got to see my first cousins, and they're teenagers. One's going to college, and one is he's about to be a junior. He's 6'8". He's 16 years old. He's 6'8", and he pulls up to the restaurant, and we're talking, and I'm like, oh, like, you know, what are you driving? Because you're 6'8", right? And he's like, oh, I drive an F-150. And I'm like, of course you do. You're 16 years old and you have to drive an F-150. And I'm like, the fact that like we're having to buy kids cars, like cars and trucks soon, I'm not ready. Like I have to buy a vehicle for Elliot coming up.
You know, I'm not there yet, and I don't envy that situation.
But you are though, because if you think about it, Jackson's what, 12?
Yeah.
You have to start saving now.
He has $4.75.
Are you matching what he's saving?
Yeah, so now we're at like $9.
I love that for y'all. I love it. I don't know about you, but as soon as the temperature starts rising, I'm ready to swap out everything bulky and uncomfortable. And I'm starting with my bra drawer. This summer is all about staying cool, comfortable, and supported. And that's where Honeylove's cutting edge bra innovation comes in. So if you're still dealing with underwire pokes or bras that feel like body armor, it's time for the best upgrade of your life. Honeylove makes the best wireless bras that feel like a second skin. They're lightweight, breathable, and perfect for hot summer days. So whether you're rocking a t-shirt, a tank top, or a breezy sundress, their bras will give you the right amount of lift and squeeze thanks to the research, development, and testing. It's the ultimate bra experience.
And we need to talk about comfort for a second because Honeylove's signature support comes from smart design, not stiff wires or bulky padding. It's the shape and hold that you want without any of the stuff that you don't need. And once you guys try it, you will honestly forget that you're even wearing a bra. So go ahead, ditch the discomfort, say bye to wires, and treat yourself to the summer support you deserve with Honeylove. For a limited time, you can get Honeylove on sale. Treat yourself to 20% off your entire order by heading to honeylove.com/coffee. Support the show and check them out because you deserve this glow up.
Wait. I have to tell you. So he was in the garage FaceTiming Will's dad this weekend, and he was showing him like all the things that he had done. He was practicing his golf swing. And all of a sudden I hear him say, yep, and these businesses are going to afford me to be a millionaire and for me to be able to buy a truck. And I said, sir, you have $4.75. Like you are nowhere near, but what kind of truck are you buying? An F-150. Okay, well, you know what? I'm about to take F-150 out because I am tired of fucking around with men that drive F-150s because that's all. I'm evidently a truck whore. I date men with the same truck.
You know what? I can get behind the Chevys, but the F1, the Ford, I just can't get behind the Ford.
Don't do that to me.
Like, tell them that they need to switch it up. Like, but don't come to me with a Toyota Tundra, okay? You're not driving no fucking pickup Toyota truck, okay?
Why?
Because don't talk to me if you drive a Toyota truck.
But why are you so heated about it? It's just like, if somebody wants to drive a Toyota truck, like, why is that your fucking business?
Toyota everything else, Toyota pickup truck, you're a douchebag.
Yeah, but I have always been told that, like, Toyotas last and run forever. Like, we're talking like 400,000
Get a 4Runner.
miles.
So get a 4Runner. At the point that you drive a Toyota pickup truck,
Mm-hmm.
it's giving douchebag. It's giving where's my hug at?
I just need to know, do we think that, like, F-150s are the best truck on the road?
No. Let me look up an F-350, but also I really like a good old high country Silverado.
Do you just feel like it has, like, a bit of a gangster lean? Like, that's why you like it?
It's just a little bit of extra. No, a 350. I'm not a Ford girly. Like, I'm really not a Ford girly. And also the Jeep trucks are ugly. Like, don't pull up to my house in a Jeep truck with a bed. Like, that's weird.
Wait. No. Okay, so Ford trucks, I absolutely love them. Have you ever heard, and I feel like this is only like Southern people say this, Ford stands for found on road dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? The only car that I've ever had that I truly have had no issue out of is my Ford Bronco.
I would love to get a Ford Bronco. I would also love a Land Rover.
You don't like Ford, so no.
But I like the Bronco. I actually would love to get like an old school, like the one that O.J. Simpson, like that style Ford Bronco, and like make it cool.
Since we're such true crimers, could we just buy O.J. Simpson's Bronco? It's in a like museum in Tennessee somewhere, and that could be our getaway car.
I would agree.
Okay, the next listener says, and I loved this one, 50-50 households, how do we do groundings? My daughter is an absolute monster for me sometimes. I'm talking fits, crying, screaming before bed in the middle of the night. I make her sleep in her own room, own bed. Occasionally she can sleep with me. At her dad's, she sleeps wherever. She can do whatever she wants there, so she has no rules. With me, there are rules, and I don't allow her to be a brat. She was grounded Sunday, also her day to go with her dad. No iPad, no TV for 2 days. Today, she's at a Sam volleyball game and eating ice cream. He tells me that she doesn't have an attitude for him, and so he isn't going to punish her. How do I handle this? I feel like the punishment should mirror the same at both houses, so she knows she cannot treat one of us poorly if she knows that she is about to leave.
I would agree with her that I do think that they should be the same in the houses, but there is unfortunately a lot of gray area, and that just, it sounds like he's not getting on board to do the same thing, and you can't control what he does. So this is what it looks like. And I'm dealing with the same exact thing. Like, where is the happy medium? If you don't have a co-parent that's willing to get on the same page with you about any of that stuff, what is the resolution?
So I feel like the easiest way to solve problems like this is if everybody in a co-parenting situation could go off of the mentality of the punishment needs to match the crime. Will and I had a conversation very early on when we divorced, like, we have to get on the same page because we don't want Jackson coming to me for certain things and going to him for certain things, knowing that, like, I'm probably not going to care about what he's coming to me about, and Will's not going to care, vice versa in the other situation. It's pretty much just like across the board. If the phone's taken during 1 week, he doesn't have it at either house, because I don't feel like it's fair for me to punish for something. And I don't even like the word punishment, like have a consequence for something, right? Like, you've been told that your phone should not be on past 9 o'clock on school nights, and now it's on at 11. So now I have to take it, and you don't get to have it for the rest of the week. I feel like it's fair for me to say that if I have him early in the week, and for it just not to go to Will's. Do you agree with that? Or do you think that that is removing parenting from the other household?
No, because it happened at your house, and in order to keep it consistent, you removing the phone altogether for the rest of the week makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Some people would argue, though, you chose to do that at your house. You don't get to dictate if that punishment or consequence is going to follow at my house because you're not the parent at my house, I'm the parent.
But then you cross into the territory of now is a double jeopardy. The phone was taken at my house for the remainder of the week, and now you're going to go get a different punishment at your dad's house? Like, I don't know that that's a solution either.
But also, if we're using the phone as the example, he takes the phone back over there and he gets it. The only thing that's teaching him is that the consequences only matter where the crime was committed.
Which is not true.
Correct.
I don't know that there's a one size fits all. And I'll tell you what, adding a co-parent that is not co-parenting will make or break the entire situation. I
tend to agree. I'm so thankful that I'm not in some of the situations that I've seen you regularly find yourself in. I think when you have two different parenting styles and you're trying to co-parent and there's two different homes, it's always a recipe for chaos.
Yep. I agree.
Oh, holy shit. So I saw, speaking of crimes, this was on Fox News. And it says, small town dentist facing trial for allegedly poisoning his wife's protein shake amid secret affair. Cyanide.
What is cyanide? What is that? Where do people buy poison?
I don't.
Like, how does one get their hands on lethal doses of poison?
I don't know, but it says that the jury selection is set to begin Monday in Colorado, where prosecutors allege that the local dentist murdered his wife by poisoning her protein shakes with cyanide, all while secretly carrying on an affair and plotting a new life without her. This man's 47 years old, and he was charged with first-degree murder after deliberation in the March 2023 death of his wife. She was a 43-year-old mother of 6. It says the high-stakes murder trial is expected to last approximately 3 weeks. And not that anybody should be like poisoning somebody's protein shakes, but like, you go to dental school for however long you go, and then you're just out here fucking around on your wife and poisoning protein shakes, like risking your entire livelihood. Like what goes through these people's minds that are having these type of intricate affairs?
Well, that's what I've always wondered. Like when I see like true crime stuff, ID channel, TikToks, whatever, you can go get divorced. And like, yeah, it's more expensive, but there are alternative ways to do that. Honestly, women will be with men who are still married and not necessarily like they didn't legally get divorced, but the man is no longer living in the house. Like there is other way. Like you could just up and leave and you don't have to kill anyone.
But I think that they don't think about the long term, right? Because now this man is on trial for murder. He's thinking about the short term, like, let me just get rid of her fast.
Then leave.
And in their mind, they have to be sick and twisted, because guaranteed, if you ask this man, what was your thought process? He would be like, well, I want my dentist practice. Like, I want this new woman that I'm in this affair with. So I'm just going to poison protein shakes. Like, I don't think that they think that they'll get caught.
Well, okay. So a dentist is a doctor. So they probably didn't want to lose money with a divorce. I guess I could see that. They don't want to have to pay alimony for cheating or whatever. He probably felt like there was no other, like, but in today's society, you can't get away with shit like this. So like, while I understand, okay, I will lose half of my business or I'll lose half of my income, whatever, like that is a small price to pay for your ultimate happiness with this person that you think that you're going to be happy with forever. Not saying that that's the case, but like losing half your money is a small price to pay in order to be happy in the long run, which sounds like that was the goal.
Trust me, I'm aware, very personally aware. And I didn't kill anybody.
Okay, so you guys know that Elliot brought home a kitten pretty recently, and he loves his cats. We have 3. And so we decided to try Smalls. Smalls is cat food. It's protein packed with recipes that are made with preservative-free ingredients. And you'd find these in your fridge, right? But it's delivered straight to your door. And that's why Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. To get 60% off your first order plus free shipping, head to smalls.com/combos for a limited time only. We love our cats over here. And if Elliot brings one more home, I don't know what I'm going to do, but at least we have good cat food.
So I was actually reading about Smalls, and Smalls was started back in 2017 by a couple of guys who were home cooking cat food in small batches for their friends. And then a few short years later, they have served millions of meals to cats across the US. After switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements, and I feel like that is a huge deal. The team at Smalls is so confident that your cat will love their product that you can try it risk-free. That means that they will refund you if your cat won't eat their food. For a limited time only, because you're a Coffee Convos podcast listener, you can get 60% off your first Smalls order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/convos. That's 60% off when you head to smalls.com/convos plus free shipping. Again, that's smalls.com/convos.
So
why is Brian Koberger the cover of this story is my bigger question.
I don't know, but it says according to court documents that were obtained by Fox News Digital, the woman began experiencing mysterious symptoms, including dizziness, vomiting, severe headaches, and then her symptoms progressed. And the court documents allege that it include blurred vision and feeling drugged, seizures, and rapid medical decline. She was hospitalized several times before slipping into a coma and being declared brain dead.
Oh, so he basically killed her.
No, like he
was
killed
successful. Her. No, like he was okay. I did not realize that he was successful in this. I thought that maybe she lived.
It says that she was admitted into the hospital under suspicious circumstances, and then authorities turned to investigate the man that they thought was involved. And it says that his dental colleague alerted hospital staff and police to a suspicious chemical delivery. So, like, would a dentist be able to order cyanide, like, legally?
Yeah, but, I mean,
potassium,
it pays to have people work for you that have morals that would report something like this, because if a lot of people would be scared, and maybe he wouldn't have gotten caught if that colleague didn't report it.
Well, apparently he was fucking around with an orthodontist. So they were planning on cleaning teeth and fixing them. Okay.
They were like, Coffee Combos podcast has 8 children collectively. They could bring them to our practice and then send them to our orthodontist practice.
Yes. Like, they were probably going to be preying on people like us. Okay. I also need to know why people who get in, like, these types of affairs to the point where you have to, like, attempt or successfully kill someone off, why are you emailing each other during times of crime?
People really are so fucking stupid that they don't.
Scary.
Like, get a burner phone, create a burner email, maybe get a burner fucking laptop. Like, you're going to have to go to lengths to not get caught. But my bigger question is just like, what is the, like, why?
I mean, this man went through lengths. I'm just saying, like, why are we sending emails, but then we're ordering chemicals to kill someone with a protein shake? You think you're not going to get caught, or you're immediately not going to be a suspect. Like, you're evidently not that smart, so I don't want you cleaning my teeth anyway. But it says that the emails were obtained through search warrants, and that there were intimate conversations and planned trips, and he was deliberately trying to conceal his relationship using a secret email address.
Okay, well, where he fucked up was that he needed to use a secret computer as well, not his regular everyday computer. But
like, he needed a burner iPhone. He needed a secret laptop.
Like, in order to get away with it at this point, like, that's the type of length that you have to go.
All I can say is that I saw the family photo of the dentist, his wife, and their 6 children.
They have 6 kids?
They have 6 kids. Okay. Let's just say, in a hypothetical situation, that you're with somebody and you just say, you know what, it's like not working for me anymore.
Mm-hmm. I've done that 4 times.
We know. So do you not look at your children in their face and feel like such a sense of guilt? Like imagine trying to poison your partner so that not only your kids now are going to lose you because you did such like a heinous act, but they're also losing your partner so they have no one.
I agree. I also would just like to give advice. Whenever I was trying to get divorced, I went and saw an attorney in Dover, Delaware. I've talked about this before. I'm going to reiterate. She looked at me dead in my face during that consultation and said, Kail, now is not the time to get divorced. Go back home, get your ducks in a row, and come see me in a couple months. Like, if you are thinking about killing somebody, like you want to leave someone, you want to start a new life, you want to do, my advice here is go consult an attorney and see what is worst case scenario, right? Like for the people who are worried about losing half their business or their income, or they have to pay alimony and child support, like go talk to an attorney and see what worst case scenario is so that you can come up with a game plan. Because I feel like we're using killing someone as a first line of defense when it shouldn't. The way that I thought you were saying consult an attorney about murder. No, I wasn't saying consult them about murder. Go consult them about like where you would stand financially, because that I think is part of it. And then like for the people who want to leave their partners, but they feel like they can't because they don't have the funds, also go see an attorney, because there are a lot of attorneys who will consult for free, and you can see like what they might have resources for you. They might say, okay, like you don't have the funds, but maybe there's pro bono, maybe there's a way to get divorced without it. Like what are the resources after you get divorced? Like go seek that out before you think about killing someone. Cause like I have 3 pigs. I don't know how many bodies they can eat.
Oh my God. No, but does Delaware have like a family center like in y'all's counties to where you can go to get like free advice on stuff? Because I know we have that here, and they're legal advocates for people who can't like afford certain filings and stuff like that. They will help them advocate for themselves through the legal process. I'm
not sure. I actually don't know. You could ask Chris Lopez. He might have used, I don't know who he uses to file all his stuff. You could ask him.
I also just need to say, at what point of your life, like, does it get so bad? And I do think that there can be like some very bad situations, but like at what point do you just like immediately go like, murder?
I've never thought about killing someone, so I don't know. Ever. Like it never crossed my mind to be like, oh, I could definitely kill that person. That's
I thought about beating somebody's door down, but like never pew pew. No, never.
I don't know. So like to come across people who think that way is so weird.
Speaking of the legal advice that you were talking about, I'm about to seek some legal advice on several different avenues of my life as well.
With summer in full swing, I feel the familiar urge to refresh my closet, but I'm trying not to waste money on pieces I'll only wear once or for just one season, and that's where Quince comes in. Their clothes are timeless, they feel luxurious, they look elevated, and the quality is way beyond what you'd expect for the price, and it's the kind of wardrobe upgrade that just clicks.
I absolutely love Quince. I regularly go on there for just gifts. They have the best selection of things that like everyone will love. They have 100% European linen tops that are starting at just $30, and washable silk dresses and skirts, soft cotton sweaters, which are my fall staples, and warm weather pieces that you're going to reach for again and again. Kail and I have talked a lot about trying to eliminate a lot of things from our closets that we can't rewear season after season. And that's when I started shopping with Quince. Everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. And by working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middleman, Quince gives you luxury without the markup. And I also love that Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. These are some of my absolute favorite pieces in my closet.
I'm obsessed with I actually just got earrings and sunglasses by Quince, and you guys can give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/coffee for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/coffee to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/coffee.
We have another person who emailed us, and I just love her name. Do you like the name Gigi? I have always loved that name.
Shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up.
Why? You don't like it? Hi, ladies. My name is Gigi, and I really hope that this email reaches you. I want to start off by saying I love your podcast and look forward to hearing it every Thursday on the way to work. I don't have any friends, so when I listen to you girls, I feel like I'm chatting with you personally. I'll get straight to the point. I've been married for 10 years and been with my husband for 15 years. I have a 17-year-old daughter from my previous relationship, and he has a son that is 19 years old, also from a previous relationship. We have a 7-year-old daughter together. I want to know at what point you girls knew that it was time to divorce. I've been unhappy for so many years now. My husband has a drinking problem and refuses to make any changes or help himself. We both work a lot, contribute to our home, but still struggle to make ends meet. I try my best to make extra cash by selling baked goods and work full-time at a dental office, while he works side labor jobs with his dad's business. We're struggling financially, and I've tried coming up with a plan or a budget, and nothing seems to work. I have talked to him about getting a union job, which he has all the credentials and certifications for. I've mentioned various times it's for the best, as he is not able to make ends meet with what he makes being with his dad. It's been like this for 3 years. I don't know what else to do. I feel mentally exhausted and also very disappointed. He has disrespected me so many times at family gatherings. The next day, he acts like it never happens. He drinks every day and expects me to be okay with it. I feel trapped and want to leave, but he is helping me fix my legal status here in the US. There's so many moving parts to the situation. I have tried for years to keep our family together, but I can't anymore. I just started planning an exit plan so I can be ready. It breaks my heart for my daughters, but I can't let them think that staying is love. Any advice is greatly appreciated.
She lives in the state of California and only has one sister here. The rest of her family lives in Oregon, which is the plan to move there. This is layered, and I think that the best thing, like I just said, completely unrelated, but applicable, is go speak to an attorney to see what that looks like for you, especially if you do have
issues with legal status.
Go speak to an attorney, but also maybe reach out to an immigration attorney, because I would go out on a limb and say that my entertainment attorney and my family attorney are not going to be as well versed on immigration and legal status as an immigration attorney. And I'm sure that you could reach out to, I had an immigration attorney on Barely Famous. You might be able to reach out to her. She may know other, I'm not saying she can help you. I'm saying that she might know other immigration attorneys, but also speak to a family attorney before you do anything. This could help with your exit plan. But it sounds like if you've been doing this for 3 years, it sounds like it's time to move on.
I will say, and I don't know what your situation was. Did you and Javi decide like you were getting divorced and then you just like went full throttle with it, or there was...
Javi lied to me and told me that he had already filed for divorce. He sent me this long thing, told me that I was getting my kids taken from me. He filed for divorce, like I was going to get served, blah, 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 blah. And I got that text message in the middle of class while I was at DSU. And so I was like, fuck, like, what do I do? So then I went to an attorney the very next day, and they said that he had not filed for divorce, that it was a lie. There was no filings. And at that point, I was like, I'm filing, because you're not going to play with divorce in my face like that.
Mm-hmm. I will say my attorney's advice to me was to be the filer. Mm-hmm. Not for the purposes of like, I felt like I needed like a stronger case or anything like that. Ours was so textbook really that wasn't it at all. I just didn't want it looming over me to be like what you had to go through of, oh, I filed, you're going to get served, like me waiting around for it, whatever. It's like, I have the control to know like when I filed it, and I know it's filed and I know it's coming. So I think that was really great advice. I will say specialist for sure. And a situation like this, finding somebody who specializes in certain things is definitely a must. And on waiting the 3 years, if you've been unhappy for 3 years, if I had anything to do, I would have gone back and gotten divorced in 2017 when I initially filed.
I think trying to get your ducks in a row before you break it to him too, because if he has a drinking problem, I would worry for your safety. You know, when he finds out, I don't know what that would look like, if you would even be able to like get an apartment or something to be able to move out. Because I had told Javi, like, one day you're going to go to work and we're not going to be here when you get back. Like, that was good. That was my plan. But then that was the first time I talked to an attorney. She was like, you need to go get your ducks in a row. Hold on, Lincoln's calling me.
Oh my gosh, does it not make you so happy to hear his little voice?
Yeah, and we're on a schedule, but he doesn't call me on the schedule, so.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
He's busy, ma'am.
He's booked and busy.
He is booked and busy. Okay, well, I want you to be able to call him back, so let's do foul play.
Okay, here's my story for foul play. Back in my toxic era, I was with this guy for almost 7 years. We met when we were 14, high school sweethearts, and ended up living together. He loved cheating on me whenever he got the chance. I finally had enough and was spending the final 6 months getting my ducks in a row to leave. At the same time, he was always locking himself in the bathroom to send dick pics to random girls, thinking I had no idea what he was doing. He did this for years leading up to this. One of the final times, he must have thought, yikes, I need to get rid of some hair down there, because he tried to use my nair that was in the shower. The only problem is that he was one of those guys that doesn't like to listen to other people or read directions. You're only supposed to leave nair on for a certain amount of time, but he didn't read the instructions to know that. Almost an hour of him being in the bathroom, he opens the door, walks out, and he's crying. I mean, full on sobbing, asking me for help. Knowing that he has been sending dick pics, fake genuinely, I ask, what happened? And he told me he used my nair on his dick and left it on for over 30 minutes. He couldn't even walk normally. It was slow and monkey-like. I couldn't do anything but laugh. He got mad that I didn't do anything to help, but I told him to put some cold water or aloe on it and figure it out. Fast forward 4 years later, I left that loser a couple months later and ended up meeting my now husband, and we have a healthy baby daughter. Hopefully my ex's second-degree nair burn healed, because that won't be cute in pictures. Hope this gave you a good laugh. I know it makes me chuckle years later. That is so funny to me, because that is karma.
Listen, I will never understand dick pics like that. I have said this so many times. Like, I will never understand it. I don't know what guy goes into a bathroom or stands in front of a mirror or is like laying in his bed with it pasted to the side of his leg. Like, oh, this is the one. Like, absolutely the fuck not. Kail, I used to have this man on Instagram that would send me dick pics every single day. And the crusty and rustiness, like, of this situation, the folds, like, I can't. And, you know, it's a problem because I would see his name pop up in the thing and I'm like, oh, there he is again. And it became like a comedy show for myself, because I'm like looking around the room to see like what he has going on. Basically has bumps all over his dick. And I'm like, why would you send that to someone?
Do you think they're looking like they're fishing for compliments? Like, what is that?
I don't know. Like, the unsolicited dick pics like bother me truly more than the ones from somebody that you would like know or that you were with. I can just tell you, I have only received a dick pic from one person that I've ever dated.
Dick pics from like the person I'm in a relationship with? But
why do I need to see it in a picture? Like,
okay, so you don't want to like. Do you want to see what you're working with before you work with it?
Absolutely not. Coffee Convos Podcast is up for a nomination in the Society and Culture category for the People's Choice Podcast Awards. Voting is open now through July 31st. To vote, you guys can click the link in the description of this episode or visit Instagram, Facebook, or official Facebook group. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app, follow and rate on Spotify, or listen wherever you get your pods. Full video episodes are now available on Kail's Patreon at www.patreon.com/Kail Lowry. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
This summer, it's time to get your giggle on. Pluto TV's Summer of Cinema is going to make you LOL with hundreds of free movies all summer long. Get a good chuckle or a deep belly laugh streaming Good Burger, Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy, and Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues. From old school to think like a man, this summer you can chortle, howl, or snort your way through your favorite comedies for free. Download the Pluto TV app now. It's every couch potato stream. Summer of Cinema on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.